Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. All right, going to spend some time with our next guest. His name's Bryan Kreuzberger with a company called Breakthrough Email. He teaches sellers how to get the attention of C-level executives and have them become clients. I like that. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for inviting me to the show.
Hey, kind of real quickly, give us your elevator speech.
Yeah, so, I always worked at startups, with no leads, and I was selling to, mid-market companies, anywhere from 500 million to Fortune 500 type companies. And I struggled cold calling. I hated it. I couldn't find qualified leads. I was getting rejected, from company after company. And, I never seemed to be able to close, the people that I did talk to. And I always seemed to be following up with them. And, finally I discovered how to cold email into these companies. And I tested the system, over 10,000 emails, ended up meeting with 3,000 executives. And I found a way that in one step I could get a meeting with pretty much anyone. Today I've generated over $15 million in new business, sold to companies like McDonald's, MasterCard, GE, Home Depot. And I've taught the system to about 5,000 more people, and they've generated, millions of dollars in sales from, other Fortune 50 companies like Sprint, Nike, Pfizer.
Okay, very interesting. And it's all done through email.
All done through email.
Yeah, okay. So kind of give us an idea, and you actually offer training. I'm assuming, because you sound like you're well-nourished, and I'm seeing a video of you, and you look, fed well enough, that you offer free training that I'm assuming leads to more training that people are going to want to invest in. Tell us a little bit about your business model.
Yeah, so the business model, I guess it's threefold. There's a component for online training where people can, go and get free videos and free access. There's actually a 9-step cold email template, which I give away for free, and the 9 steps to write a effective cold email. And then I have a paid training, which is digital and online. You can do it at any point. And then I also coach and consult companies, primarily who are selling, $50,000 product or more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, and when you say more, how much more?
It could be up to about $1 million. Typically, if it's some sort of software, many companies aren't, for an initial purchase, they're not going to spend more than $1 million, or, the deal cycle is going to be, 18 months or something longer than that. I don't typically do real estate, but, a lot of staffing agencies, a lot of media companies, anyone who really is just in sales B2B.
Mm-hmm. So after someone, and I'm looking at it right now, and I need to read it, but it looks very thorough and certainly worth the time to spend with it. You've got this white paper essentially at your website, breakthroughemail.com. You can't miss it. There on the right, you just put in your information. What's so cool about it is that you get instant access to it, none of the verification and nauseating wait times. And the paper looks like it's how long? About 9 pages long? Something like that?
Yeah, it's 9 pages long. It's an email template. It's the same email template that I use to get into all those companies. Every deal that I did, that $15 million in new business was from that email. You're going to adjust the email based on, your business and your target, but we work with people and show them how to write an email to open up doors.
So what are you going to want next after you've done this? What more are they going to need after they've understood this?
Well, if it's regard to email, there's probably 4 or 5 different responses that somebody is going to have. Hey, I will meet with you. Hey, this is somebody else in my company. This is who you need to meet with. Can you send me more information? Or, hey, we're already working with a company. Or it could be, there's a couple more variations of, the different emails. Now is not the right time. So every one of those emails, there is another subsequent email that you need to send, or correspondence, because we've tested this over, thousands and thousands of emails.
Okay. So go ahead.
Well, and then the second process is, okay, you're scheduling the meeting and you go in on the meeting, what do you do? do I pitch? Do I present? Do I write a proposal? How do I follow up? Am I stuck in the follow-up game? And, we work with people all the way through till they actually get the deal, because, getting the meeting is only one step in the process. And, you want the deal, you want the agreement or the contract ultimately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So is the free training that you talk about there at breakthroughemail.com, is that what's covered in the report that comes in, by clicking through, or do you have additional training?
So there's always additional training. We do webinars typically every month. We'll talk about LinkedIn. We'll talk about how to pitch. We'll talk about a variety of different techniques, how to automate it. And, so we do have quite a bit of free training, free content. There's paid training for those who want more or want help, and then also the consulting. But, working with people, trying to get in with the executives, there's no silver bullet, easy one step and you convince them over in one email. Really, if you're going to cold email, you need to just make one request, which is, you're asking for a meeting or who the appropriate person is at the company for you to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Talking again to Bryan Kreuzberger, talking a little bit about this marketing concept, breakthroughemail.com. I'm big on trying to get the attention of those who are C-level types. It's really difficult in this economy, largely because of all of these communication tools. They actually become distractions, don't they?
Well, they do. So, people, if you think about the executive, they have a family, they're running a business, there are people reporting to them. The reason I use email is because, they have to communicate with their own employees over email. I found that cold calling, you're interrupting their day, they're not at their desk, you're leaving a voicemail that they don't return. Email many times can be no better because, they get 100 emails. You aren't on message, you are, put in spam. There's all concerns over email. But the great thing about email is you don't face the same fear of rejection. And if that you do in cold calling or something else, and you can actually really prepare to write the email so you have an effective email and an effective strategy.
Yeah, I like it. Very good stuff. Yeah, I do. I do most of my initial engagement via email, mainly because I don't have time to chase people down by phone. I just simply don't have the time, so I'm with you on that. Bryan Kreuzberger, his company, breakthroughemail.com. What I encourage you to do, because we just scratched the surface, is go over to breakthroughemail.com. See there on the right, fill out the couple of prompts, only take you really seconds to do, and then press a button, and there's a report instantly there. Not a lot of wait, and ready to rock and roll. And I've already begun to read it. I look forward to finishing it. I'll talk more about it later on in the week. Bryan, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
You bet. All right, so when we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you the best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Meanwhile, you're listening to The Price of Business.